Chapter 4. The Enigma of Sunny Meadows. The journey through the whispering woods had left its mark on Frankie, filling him with a mix of trepidation and anticipation for what lay ahead. As he stepped into the sunny meadows, the stark contrast between the dark, whispering forest and the bright, vibrant fields was like stepping from one world into another. The meadows were alive with the buzz of bees, the fluttering of butterflies, and the gentle sway of tall, vibrant sunflowers under the caress of a warm summer breeze. It was a paradise that seemed almost too idyllic, making Frankie wonder if the beauty before him hid secrets, just as the woods had. In the heart of this sunny expanse, Frankie encountered Ruby, a rabbit whose cheerfulness seemed to embody the spirit of the meadows themselves. Ruby hopped excitedly around Frankie, her enthusiasm infectious. She introduced herself with a series of joyful leaps, her bright eyes sparkling with the promise of adventure. Frankie, though initially taken aback by her vivacity, couldn't help but feel a sense of camaraderie with this joyful creature. Ruby, as it turned out, was no stranger to the mysteries of the meadows. She whispered to Frankie of hidden paths and secret places known only to the creatures that called the meadows home. She spoke of the old oak tree, a legend in its own right, rumored to be the guardian of ancient secrets and treasures untold. It was toward this legendary tree that Frankie's quest would lead him, but not before uncovering the next clue hidden among the sunflowers, Ruby assured him. Guided by Ruby, Frankie delved deeper into the fields, where the sunflowers grew so tall they seemed to touch the sky. The deeper they went, the more Frankie felt the weight of the silence that lay beneath the meadow's cheerful facade. It was as if the sunflowers themselves were watching, guarding the secrets they held within. After what seemed like an eternity wandering among the giants, Ruby's sharp eyes caught sight of something unusual, a piece of parchment attached to the stem of a particularly grand sunflower. With a burst of excitement, Ruby called Frankie over, her voice a mix of thrill and caution. Frankie approached, his heart pounding with anticipation and a hint of fear. What secrets did the parchment hold? And why did it feel as if the meadows themselves had fallen silent, waiting for the clue to be revealed? As Frankie carefully detached the parchment, a sudden chill swept through the sunny fields, casting shadows where there had been light. The clue, written in a cryptic script, hinted at trials and challenges that lay ahead, leading Frankie to the final destination, the old oak tree. But it also spoke of a guardian, one that watched over the treasure with eyes as old as time itself. The discovery filled Frankie with a sense of urgency. The meadows, with their bright facade, now seemed a labyrinth of secrets and shadows, with the old oak tree as its enigmatic center. With Ruby by his side, Frankie set forth towards the tree, the clue clutched tightly in his jaws. As they left the sunflowers behind, the meadows seemed to whisper warnings, urging them to tread carefully on the path ahead. The journey to the old oak tree was fraught with subtle dangers. The ground beneath their feet seemed to shift, leading them in circles, while the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows that twisted and turned in the fading light. Frankie and Ruby pressed on, driven by the promise of uncovering the treasure that lay hidden beneath the ancient boughs of the old oak tree. As they approached the tree, the air grew heavy, laden with the scent of secrets and the weight of centuries. The old oak tree stood before them, majestic and foreboding, its branches reaching out like the arms of a giant. Frankie knew that the final leg of his journey would be the most perilous yet. But with Ruby by his side and the clue leading the way, he was ready to face whatever mysteries the old oak tree held.